Hi, I'm Miss Newburn, and this is an intro to how to use the website to support you in science this class or your child in science this class. The process for 6th and 7th grade is going to be the same, so I'm going to just go through the lens of 6th grade to kind of help you out. So the website is RebeccaNewburn.com. You can either type that in directly or you can get it through the LCM Hall website through the teacher's list. So for 6th grade or 7th grade, you're going to go to the grade level you're in. You're going to click on that link. Homework will be at the top. So 6th grade assignments. You can see up here there are no important dates. So nothing is due right now. And then down below are the assignments, which are listed by week. I post pretty much every night as opposed to the week in advance. So you can see week of August 28th, September 1st. Now, because we're on a rotating schedule, I see some kids have the first day with me on Monday and some kids don't see me until Tuesday. So I'm going to be you're going to need to know which day, what period you've seen me. It's like, this is the second time I've seen Miss Newburn or the third time. And so based on that, you would look there for which homework assignment it is. Once again, the homework is always posted in the classroom on the whiteboard when you first come in, and that's the first task you need to do for the day. So if you were present, you should have it in your binder reminder. So this is more for people that are absent, or sometimes I'll say, go on the website and I'm going to give you a little bit more detail versus just like I might say finish unit title page, and then I'm adding extra content here so that you have that if you don't remember all the details. Now, so that's just for homework. In terms of keeping up with the class and if you're ever absent, and also where to find additional resources, you'll go to the unit page. So for 6th graders, you'd go to 6th grade units, and for 7th graders, you'd go here to 7th grade units. So here's the 6th grade. I'm going down to 6th grade units, and we're in the first unit. So I'm going to click that on. Now, every time we have a unit, there's going to be a couple of key pieces that orient and structure the unit. So the first one is we're going to have a table of contents, and the table of contents is in the front of the notebook. And let me see if I can find my notebook here, or a copy of a notebook. Yes, there. Oops, sorry. Okay, so you've got your interactive science notebook, and then always in the front of the interactive science notebook is going to be a table of contents, and every unit you'll get a new one, and then they'll just kind of flip up. The thing that's a little bit different about the way that I structure is that we're all on the same page. So if I say page 54, everyone's going to turn to page 54, and it's going to be about cells. It may not look the same because it might be your representation or your understanding, but page 54 is all going to be cells. If you happen to write large or you happen to write a lot, sometimes you will need extra pages, which we call flip out pages. So a flip out page would be something where you're going to take a piece of paper and tape it on so that it can flip out. So there shouldn't be pages sticking outside of the interactive science notebook. So this is something that we bring every single day to school. And this is a big part of your grade. It's like 40 or 50% of your grade because it contains all of your thoughts and your work. So keep good notes and on that and keep track of it. It does have your first name and last name and my name on it, should it ever get lost or misplaced, I should say. So back to the structure of a unit. So every time we have a new unit, we're going to have a unit title page. So we're going to have a unit title page, and we can find the unit title pages because there's going to be tabs here. So there's a tab here that says Unit 1. This is from last year, so this is a different one from you. So we have Unit 1, and then we've got our full color design here for our page, including the background. So we have our unit title page. We also have our task. So we're always working towards some kind of summative task that really helps us to show our understanding and add some more depth to the whole science and engineering that we're learning. So for example, in the 6th grade, the first unit is you're an inventor and are devising a solution to the plastic pollution problem. You'll promote your idea through a video to attract potential investors in the government or private sector. We also have what is called a big aha, and that's the question that all of the content that we're doing is helping us to answer this question. So this is kind of what a big aha page looks like. So you'll have some kind of central icon. It could be a light bulb because like, aha, light bulb. Or it could be, for plastic pollution, it could be, or plastic solutions, it could be a water bottle or something like that. So you're going to have a central icon, and then you're going to have your big aha question that we're kind of working towards answering. And as we go through it, I'll teach you how to add content here so that we actually answer the question and also show how strong that evidence is to answer it. We also have some focus questions that are kind of guiding our daily pieces. And then these are some of the big concepts that I hope you get from the unit. We have vocabulary. We also have, in the back of your notebook, you'll have some resources. We have on science roots, so this will help us to build our vocabulary. And so each unit I'll try to highlight some of the words, some of the roots that'll help us to build vocabulary beyond not just the science classroom, but into other outside of the room as well. Some basic resources. I'll also have like a little section about maybe some things you can do at home to extend, maybe some videos that you might want to watch if you're interested in this topic. Once again, this is totally optional and on your own. And then we move into the lessons. So at the bottom of the page are the lessons. And every day I have a PowerPoint, or almost every day I'll have a PowerPoint that will walk you through. And so let me just click on one. So the idea is that if you're absent, you're going to need to make up and keep up with us. Things that are on, and behind me we have the left side of the board and the right side of the board, and this represents the left side of your notebook and the right side of your notebook. So anything on the left side is more your thoughts, your ponderings, your models. Some of it may or may not be accurate right out the go, and that's fine because science is a process where we do iterations, which means we come back and we revisit and improve. So, I want you to be putting down your thoughts, and then I should be seeing you interact with this as your understanding deepens, and we're going to have a color-coded process where you're going to make revisions, in orange to say that, oh, my original idea, I'm going to add something. So orange is going to mean add. So we'll have a whole process that will be included to kind of help you improve your original ideas. So with a presentation, so just kind of I'm not going to go to full screen, just some of the points I want to point out is there'll be the table of contents. If you're absent, you'd go on to the day's lesson and be like, oh, look, I need 2 pages to add. And then you'd kind of scroll through and be like, oh, we drew a model. Oh, I can't do the part that's with, a pair, but I can at least think about some of the questions there. So things that are on the left side are going to be your own thinking. So you can't, if you're absent, you can't photocopy someone else's thinking. This is going to be your own work. But things that are on the right side are going to be more group process. It might be more full class discussion. It might be more teacher-directed notes. So if you're absent and you need something from the right side, I do have a photocopier in the back of the classroom. And so you can borrow someone's notebook, and then you can make a copy of that. Obviously, it's always great to kind of interact with it so that you didn't just copy it, but you've actually read it and interpreted it and made your own comments about it. So that would be something I would highly recommend. Now, back to this unit page. The other thing that I want to point out is, so for sometimes people have varying degrees of organizational skills. This class tends to be very organized. It's a little bit extra work at the beginning, but once you get into the system, it becomes a lot easier. And one of the places that you can look if you feel like you're not quite sure about where things are, or if you feel like you missed some time and you want to make sure that you're up to speed, is at the very top is the Interactive Science Notebook. This is our table of contents, which we refer to as the TOC. Once again, if you're absent, you look at the TOC. This is another place you can look to see if you've missed pages. And once again, you're responsible for making up missed pages. You can also always see me during advisory. I'm also available a lot of times during lunch if you want some extra help. Just check in with me ahead of time to see that I'm available at lunch, but I will make some time for you. So if you're absent or if you're disorganized, you want to make sure your pages are all up, in order. You can click on the table of contents for the particular unit. Anything that is a link will obviously be something you could print out and glue in. Also in the back of the classroom, so in the back by where the pencils are, there's also a catch-up binder. So if it's a link, if it's a handout, then it's something that you can just get from the catch-up binder, take out and glue in to your particular page, that, like page 8 or whatever. Now, the other point that I want to bring up, and I know this is a lot of content, but once again, it's a video, so you can watch it more than one time, is you can come and I would recommend looking over just, what is the Interactive Science Notebook? So here's the expectations for cover pages. At the end of every unit, there's going to be an essay that you're going to write. And so here's some support and the expectations around that. Once again, we will go through that in class and do it for the first 1 or 2 units just to get you grounded and comfortable. And then we talk about some of what the left-hand side looks like. Also on this Interactive Science Notebook, I'm doing the pop-out window. And so this is kind of a little video about Interactive Science Notebooks, some basic rules. And then, oh, it's not here. So I will add on here a video about what a totally awesome notebook looks like. So it's important for people to see so we have a rubric, which I will go to just down below. So down below is the Interactive Science Notebook rubric, which is in everybody's notebook. You've interacted with it. It was one of the first things that we did. So totally awesome is an A+. This is an A or A-. And then you can kind of see. So the kids have interacted with it to kind of see what makes something an A+, an A, an A-. I will also add a video showing examples of that so you have a real clear visual of that. So it's really about interacting with the notebook. So just gluing something in is a basic expectation. Or writing down what's on the board is just a basic expectation. But if you go beyond it, if you interact with it, if you ask questions, if you make your own diagrams based on, some data that wasn't even, we had some data and then you made a graph or something, those are things that show me that you're deepening your understanding. And we talk about color as something that's a tool that you can use, but really not just making everything rainbows and pretty, but really how do you use color in a way that really helps to communicate information. So organizing, using color to kind of highlight things that are similar or things that are different. For example, my 7th graders, we talked about abiotic and biotic the other day, and maybe labeling all of the biotic things in one color, and then having labels for abiotic in another color, and then having a key. So thinking about color and how to communicate is going to be a really key part of the class, and we'll definitely create some structures and support for you. Once again, this is an intro video. It's a lot of content. I highly recommend you watching it more than once, and I'm always here to answer questions. So I hope you have a fabulous year. I'm really looking forward to a great year with you folks. Okay, take care.